Hey Sag, welcome to my channel. I'm switching up the readings a little since it's your birthday month soon, well tomorrow, and today is a new moon in Scorpio, so I wanted to do a happy birthday reading for you, Sag. So I'm going to draw 2 oracle messages first, just to kick off the reading and to get a sense of, what the energy is doing. Sorry, there's like a stray hair stuck in my face. As I'm shuffling, I am meditating on your energy, Sag. I'm feeling like the Scorpio season was quite intense for you. A lot of emotional work is what I'm sensing. Like really exploring in depth some of the, emotional triggers or big trauma, small trauma coming up for you in Scorpio season. And for the first time, sitting with that emotion is what I'm sensing, without any distraction. And it's not easy. It is not comfortable to do that. But it is important because it does allow anything that's stuck to flow through. Stuck emotion creates a lot of dis-ease mentally, emotionally, and physically in the body. Emotion is just an energy. It's an energy. It doesn't define who we are. It comes in to show us something, to reflect something back to us. And in that mirror, there are lessons to be integrated so that we can move on. Without processing them, it is very difficult to evolve or to move to the next cycle of what you want to create, because it's almost like a tug of war between, what is not being acknowledged as an emotion versus what you are trying to maybe force yourself to feel, Sag. Okay, so let's get a spirit animal oracle message for you. Cow spirit. The miracles are endless. It's a 6 energy, so it's moving away from difficult energy. The 5s are generally about change, about shifting. And it feels like, since Scorpio season, there was a lot of shifting happening in your space. And you're coming out of that into Sag season. It feels like a very peaceful energy. Cows are very peaceful beings. You could also, I'm feeling, you could also be dealing with a Taurus. I'm just going to read the message for you, Sag. Cow spirit, the miracles are endless. You are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. Cow spirit nudges you to pay attention because this is the perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that was set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for a long time to come. Stay positive and share your well-being with others. The more you share, the more you will manifest. So be generous. Cow Spirit promises that you will never run out of miracles. The medicine of Cow Spirit is asking you to pay attention to how you nourish your mind, body, and spirit at this time. Because right now it might feel like, and this is what evolution is, and shifting, evolving, transformation, metamorphosis energy. It feels like you are reborn again. And so in the beginning, it feels like you can be stumbling around like a newborn calf on unsteady legs, not knowing how to move in the world, because it is a completely new version of yourself, especially if you've been doing the deep emotional processing. And maybe, again, the medicine is saying not to distract, not to spend too much time distracting, with social media or with anything that is your normal comfort go-to distraction. Maybe even obsessing over a relationship, choosing food and drink that isn't healthy for your body right now. Whatever it is that you're going through, Cow Spirit is nudging you to assess how you are looking after your needs, and remembering that the universe has a way of reflecting back to you the events and conditions that match how you treat yourself. So the universe needs you to participate in the nourishment of your well-being in order for these miracles to come through for you, Sag. And again, the generosity, that is usually your energy, but the generosity is an abundance mindset. A poverty mindset is when you are taking more than you are giving. And abundance is when you are able to give more, or you are giving more than you are taking. I want to get one more oracle message. They said to me as I started the reading, because your energy is so angelic, I can actually feel the shift beginning. When we entered Scorpio season, I could feel, the deep dive, almost like submarine energy, like let's go under, let's go beneath the iceberg, beneath what we can see. And the Sagittarius energy, the season is feeling like it's rising again, with angelic wings, with a new set of wings. And again, I'm getting this metamorphosis energy, like a butterfly, dragonfly. So let's see, Sag. Let's see what your wings are bringing in for you. So this is the Angels and Ancestors deck. Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. Let's see what this oracle message has to say for you. And it's on page 66, another 6 energy, which definitely feels like you're moving away from something that was quite difficult to transition from. Take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strengths. It's almost like a repeating message of cow energy. So asking you to nourish yourself In shamanic traditions, a shapeshifter is either an animal that has the capacity to change between species, or a shaman who has the capacity to transform into an animal to go journeying. If there is a wild animal you are particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you can transform into one in your meditation or your journeying practice to go exploring in other worlds, which is your energy Sag exploration. When you shift into animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and up into, or tap into rather, the animal survival skills to help yourself through a specific situation. It's interesting because I felt to use the animal spirit deck as we were moving into your season. It really felt like that deck wanted to be used because I do sense that a lot of the zodiac, and maybe especially you, Sag, at this time, are tapping into ancestral knowledge, tapping into nature, the wisdom of nature, and moving with the natural flow and state of how things unfold, instead of trying to force or to force a different direction. It's just observing and witnessing and allowing the unfolding is what I'm feeling for you. Okay, let's see what your tarot has to say, Sag. These cards are really big, so not so easy to shuffle. Okay, let's see, Sag. Page of Water. I'm sure you got this card in the last reading as well. It feels like an apology. It feels like a humility. It feels almost like whatever you've been going through emotionally, because water energy is emotion. And look at those lotus flowers. Lotus flowers grow out of the mud, out of muddy water. And this is the emergence that I was sensing for you, because it's almost like, she's a mermaid. It's almost like she's emerging from the depths of the ocean with new insight. And that's exactly what I was saying about when Scorpio season took us beneath the tip of the iceberg, submarine energy, into the abyss, into the depths. And if you think about the abyss of the ocean and the creatures that have not even been discovered yet, I mean, we are still discovering new species of marine life that is at the depth of the ocean where humans have not been able to explore. And I feel like it's exactly the same. It's the analogy of going deep into the subconscious, deep into the unconscious. Sometimes we don't even realize it's happening, but there will be a trigger. And especially if you've been avoiding or carrying around a lot of emotional memory, cellular memory, and overpacking the suitcase of memory, eventually those things are going to start bulging, or the suitcase is going to start bulging, and those things are going to start spilling out. And it's in the spilling out that we are then, put into a position where we have to acknowledge, so that we can clear the suitcase again, so that we're not carrying that emotional baggage, for lack of a better word, into our next chapter or into the next phase of being. And if you are manifesting new ideas, new projects, even a business, that is going to be important as you embark on your new journey, on this new chapter, and move into your birthday season, into your new year. Free of that emotional burden. I'm feeling the 10 of Wands energy actually, because it's difficult to carry. It gets to a point where you cannot carry it anymore. And so, like the lotus, you are blooming out of those muddy waters, integrating whatever you found in the depths of that emotional exploration, integrating it and allowing it to blossom into something new, a lesson, an insight, a compass, or a map through which you can now navigate your journey, Sag. Could also be an apology. Wow, okay, the world. Wow, okay. 2 major arcana, the world energy, which is the end of a cycle, end of karmic cycles, and your card, Sag, which is patience. So definitely, divine integration going on here. The world energy, it's a 3 energy. It's about closing out karmic cycles, closing out cycles that, where the lesson has been learned and it no longer needs to be repeated. It no longer needs to be carried with you forward into your, next phase. And it is the beginning again, or a reset of the Fool's journey. So the World card is the last card in the major arcana, the last card in the journey of the Fool. And so after the World, we begin again with Aries energy. We begin a new cycle with new spark, new fire, new ignition. This might have been taking some time for you. You might have been trying to instigate or initiate this newness or this new cycle in for you, Sag. But it isn't until you were able to, process the emotion that no longer was serving your path, that this cycle was able to come to a close. Otherwise, what we find is that we keep repeating the same cycles again, and we get stuck in, the journey, the present journey, or the journey of a previous version of yourself. When we evolve to the next level of ourselves, we start the Fool's journey over again. It's that calf energy I was sensing, feeling like you are on unsteady legs, because it is a new way of being. It is a new template. You've rewired yourself. It's a reprogramming. And so you have to learn how to move in that energy again, until you can get your mobility and learn how to walk again in that energy. So you're going to have to go through the stages of slithering, crawling, then eventually standing up, and then learning to walk in this new version of yourself. And that's going to take patience, and that's your energy, Sag. It's the Temperance card. It's about balance. It's about patience. So be kind to yourself during this time. Don't rush the process. You can't move from stumbling on unsteady legs to gliding or running. It's a process that needs to unfold naturally. And again, that's the energy I was sensing. Nature just allows for the process, allows for divine timing, and doesn't try to force things to progress. Aina, just burnt myself with my incense. Messenger of water. There's definitely a lot of insights and learnings that you have garnered from, this emotional passage, rite of passage that you have been walking through Scorpio season. And again, it's the depths of the ocean, seahorse energy. This could be about a relationship. This could be about many relationships and integrating, the lessons from those, because seahorses partner for life. It's almost as though your long-standing relationships or relationships that have had a significant impact on your life are coming back, through your cellular memory, through your subconscious, spilling out, to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be integrated, so that you can then move on into the next cycle. Knight of Cups energy, and this is the Knight of Cups energy. The Knights are the messengers, and water is Cups energy. So it is also a Pisces energy. It's trusting your intuition. Also a very romantic energy, Sag. So there could be romance coming in for you as well. Ten of Fire, exactly. That's the burdens. That's the burdens card I was feeling. 10 of Wands is the 10 of Fire energy. And wow, just look how powerful that imagery is. This is a practice I do often, and again, I'm sensing it is many, many relationships, many experiences where you have bottled up or carried an emotional residue. And what you're doing now is reconciling or revisiting those specific traumas, whether they were big traumas, little traumas, something that caused pain or rejection, abandonment, any of those emotional triggers that affected your nervous system at the time, and that to protect yourself caused you to bottle it up or to numb it out or to not feel it. And that's what you've been carrying around, with the 10 of Wands energy. 10 of Wands in the traditional tarot is a man kind of walking with 10 wands on his back, but it's a very heavy energy. I just wanted to find it for you in the traditional tarot. It's like a baggage energy. And this deck asked to be used for the reading. So this is a very different energy. This is about taking each of those wands, writing a letter down or journaling what it is that's coming up for you, and then releasing it with fire energy. And fire energy transmutes, Sag. So it transmutes it into something beautiful, transmutes it into a lesson. And look at all of those lessons, all of those letters that you are now releasing, so that you're not carrying it over into this new chapter for you. Wow, that's beautiful energy. And it's so graceful. It's very different from sitting here, because when we distract and when we avoid doing the emotional work and the processing, this is how we feel and this is how we move in the world. And so it creates a block. And Source in the universe, God, can then not bring in anything new, because you are blocking your energy, with everything that is trapped. All those limiting beliefs, conditioning, that's being released right now for you, Sag. Beautiful energy. I just want to get one more card to close out your reading. It definitely feels like a rebirth. Scorpio energy, Phoenix energy. Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Sagittarius. A closing message of advice. Only jumpers. 9 of Wands that fell on the floor. That's your energy, Sag, the wounded warrior. Hierophant, wow. Okay, so 5 energy. There's definitely a transition happening here, but you're learning how to move through it with grace because the burdens are no longer holding you back. It is the card of Taurus, major arcana, so you could be dealing with a Taurus, maybe working through a significant relationship with a Taurus. But it is also high priest energy, high priest and high priestess energy. It's the energy that allows you to be able to manifest in alignment with your wholeness, not just mentally, not just emotionally, not just physically, but integrating all of those aspects of yourself. So whatever you're bringing forth into the world is integrated and whole. And I feel like, whatever work that you've been doing on yourself at this time, Sag, has moved you into a space where, you've released yourself from the burden of whatever was holding you back, whatever was, stuck, whatever you were numbing yourself to and distracting yourself from is transmuting into something beautiful. And using this energy, you are now able to use this energy because of the freedom of your spirit and the lightness of your soul and how you are moving. You can use this energy, and again, the wings, the depiction of the wings, that is your energy, Sag. And today is a new moon in Scorpio before we move into your season. So it's the perfect time to look at, what else you would like to bring into your space. Beautiful energy. And at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit, which is the card of Virgo. So you might need to, lock yourself away for a little bit. Or that's what you have been doing, is going within, not seeking answers from the external world, but seeking the wisdom within and diving deep in order to bring the insights forth. You've unlocked something, Sag, is what I feel. You've unlocked something profound that's going to support you in moving forward into your birthday season. And look at that beam of light that's coming through in your reading as well. That's that angelic energy that you bring. So I'm sending you so much love. I hope this resonated. If it did in any way, please leave a comment. I love to read your comments. And I am doing personal readings. If you'd like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below. Sending so much love until the next time, and happy birthday, Sag.